Hey kids, and welcome back to Let's Play Blood Omen 2, Chapter 7. Today we're going to learn about canyons. Can you say canyons? Sure you can! Yun. Oh god. Anyway, welcome to the canyons. For those of you who have been wondering why Blood Omen 2 takes place mostly in a city, well, I think this level is pretty much your goddamn answer. First up, we got a new costume change for our buddy here, Kane. Guess this is his thief outfit. Got a little jealous of Garrett, and he wanted to get some of that ninja style going on.
Name and business.
What's this? I thunder every week I depart by this gate.
Name and business.
Kuro, bringing supplies to the garrison beyond the abode of the witch. Here is my toll.
The bridge has fallen.
Again? And they've not repaired it?
There's more important matters afoot. A company's being sent out.
The smugglers are to be destroyed at last?
Smugglers? There's worse than that infesting the roads. But now the culprits will be dealt with.
At long last. I pay such high tolls if they won't keep the roads open, that's what I say.
Hold your tongue! You may not keep it long. Open the gates there!
So one of the things you're going to notice immediately is... Oh, and by the way, ignore that hint. We're not going to be doing that yet. One of the things you'll notice immediately about this level is that everything is brown, except for Kane and the people he's killing. Other than that, it's entirely brown. And this is before brown was cool on the Xbox 360. No, this is bad brown. This is even worse than that brown. I'm not entirely certain if this is another example of Crystal Dynamics not really knowing what things look like, but apparently they're not too keen on outside, and, well, if you're wondering, like I said, why it takes place in a giant city, my guess is because they don't know how to make outdoors look good. Which is completely sad considering how much of Soul Reaver 2 took place outdoors. Soul Reaver 1, I mean, that was pretty brown too, but that was in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. At least it had an excuse. This game, not so much.
I don't care who says this is the best.
Nope, not listening to him.
Okay, game, just...
And get ready, there's going to be lots of blood drinking in this video. There's quite a few enemies, and pretty much every one of them gives a good amount of lore. Now you may notice, again, the lore level is different than what happened previously if you happen to be one of the people who pay an unnecessary amount of attention to these videos. Well, the main reason to that is I accidentally recorded this video before, then deleted it off my hard drive like an idiot, and because of that, I had to do it again. So the lore bar is, of course, different, so... I don't know. I'm not going to make this mistake anymore. I've now made precautions, so this doesn't happen. By the way, notice that's a totally different head that falls off the model. It's like a female, then you clip it, and it's like some sort of bloody zombie head. I guess it makes sense, because they wanted to save resources and only have one head pop off all the enemies, but that just doesn't make sense. Well, this is done. This first part of the level is going to be pretty repetitive, or, well, basically what's going to happen is we're all going to be focusing around one specific area, and we move kind of spiraling through it until we get back to that gate we saw at the beginning of the cutscene. We're actually pretty close to being done with this little section, and then we head into a new puzzle. First up, they give you this gate over here, which I guess is to make you think you can head that way, but you can't. Instead, there's this little hole over here that you head into, and up this series of perfectly placed jumps, you can head through this little cave, I guess. And on the other side is our next puzzle. And some fighting. Because, you know, you gotta have a balance here. Oh, and yes, this is me actually forgetting which part of the puzzle I was actually at. For a second I thought I was a little bit further on, but I'm not. We have to do this part first. So, first up, kill these two dames, broads, whatever. It's old-timey, not medieval Europe, but whatever. We'll just pretend it's medieval Europe and that kind of language is acceptable. I'm not really certain what's up with the developers and their concept of female dress, but even aside from my random misogyny for humor, this is just messed up. Like, if I was releasing a video game, I don't think I'd be clothing every female in the game like this. Anyway, time to demonstrate Berserk. Berserk is a new ability we just got from Sebastian, and it's really cinematically badass. Basically, it'll insta-kill almost anything except for some of the hardest enemies in this level, and it takes a good amount of your rage, fury, whatever bar up at the top. So you have to fill it pretty far up there before you can even use the ability. Berserk is pretty sweet. I can see putting it into a regular rotation like you would Fury, but at the same time, it takes a lot of rage to build that up, and when it comes down to it, I tend to like keeping Berserk as a backup solution rather than using it as part of my regular rotation. It's nice to have an insta-kill whenever you need it, and sometimes you definitely need it, especially in this level when things get a little bit harder. So first up, we charm this guy, and there's a switch up here after the series of terrible stairs you have to navigate, which are right next to each other and are difficult to get through. And doing so stops one side of the water wheel and puts water to the other side. This will open the gate on the other side. And hopefully you saw the stupid box in the cutscene and thought the same thing you should have thought at least 3 times by now. Yes, we do have to put the box under the gate. Oh, there's that. Now doing the exact same thing with the little charm guy, we'll switch the water power supply over but leave the gates open. So, let's do that. This of course means we get the added benefit of going up these amazing stairs again. The video makes that look a little bit easier than it actually is, but getting the NPC lined up properly is a little bit of a pain in the ass. So now the elevator slash whatever things are working. Whatever things. That's very descriptive. I'm amazed by my powers of description. And you can just hop on this. And there we go. Now we just jump our way to freedom and not insta-killing ourselves by jumping in the water. Come on. There we go. Now from here, we have the ability to jump over to this chest, which is actually our next area. Thankfully, in this level, they put a lot of chests right on the path. There's a double shadow on that for you if you're paying attention. But yeah, they put a lot of chests right directly on your path, so you don't really have to worry too much about going out of the way to find some chests. Now, there are some hidden gems, I guess. Like, for example, I'm a vampire and I'm going to kill you. Hope that has answered your question. Anyway, first up, you may think that this is not exactly another area where they're going to stick a chest on you. Oh, and yeah, you can't jump through this. It sucks. But they actually do. They shove another chest right here in your face. So, oh, you bitch. So heading down here real quick and fighting this lazy female Seraphan guard will get you 3 more points. And I guess a weapon if you need it. Although I seem to have fucked that up. Oh no, hey, it spawned at my feet. That's nice.